Are you ready to live boldly, full out, and on your terms? It's time to wake up, overcome your fears, and embrace uncertainty. Access your power and claim your dreams. It's time for Tuck Talk with Tuck Self, the Rebel Belle. Join us now for inspiring conversation and bold self-expression. Now here is your host, the Rebelicious Tuck Self.
So I remember the day, you all, as if it were yesterday. You know, the moment is crystallized in my memory. I believe it was 1985, Columbia, South Carolina, 110 Spring Valley Road. I was walking through my then third home with my first and now ex-husband, and there I was. I was pondering my life, something that I have and continue to do frequently even today, and that Tucky loves to ponder. So I was pondering who I was in life, what I was doing with my time, which at that time, y'all, in hindsight, I refer to myself as a rich Spring Valley housewife, similar to the housewives of LA. So I was contemplating, y'all, how I was dressed, how I decorated my home, how I interacted with my now ex-husband, where I worked, where I lived, how I was raising my kids, and how I was racing through life with my head down to get somewhere other than where I was. So I happened to stop and look around, and I actually looked down as well, and I came to a screeching halt, and I said to myself, pun intended, oh my God, I have finally become my mother. Y'all, I don't remember being angry or frustrated with my epiphany. I call it my epiphagasm. I was absolutely dumbfounded, gobsmacked, I might even say. And so I did this really quick review of my life in these few short moments, which seemed to go by in a flash. And I said to myself, again, pun intended, what the hell was that? WTF, what was that? And so I centered myself, and I now consciously looked around, and I said again, oh my God, I have finally become my mother. I'm dressed like her. The wallpaper in my house, every room, in fact, it's her wallpaper. I have her furniture. I have her pictures on my wall, you all. And I have her decorations. Y'all really should see me decorating at Christmas. It's just like my mom. And I was dressing my kids in the same way that she dressed me and my siblings, straitjackets and on display. And I was toting them to school and to social events, just like my mom. And then this one, I was waking up every day in dire need of that first cup of coffee before anyone dared speak to me, just like Peggy. Y'all, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I laugh about it now, but in that moment I was shocked, I was stunned, I was stymied, and I was stupefied. And I started laughing at myself, and I could not stop. I had become my mother. I was Peggy Self. I was behaving like, looking like, and living like Margaret McAllister Height Self. Or was I? You know, that was not my name, and that was certainly not ever my intention, for goodness sake. You know, I was forever saying to myself and others all the time, I am never going to do that the way my mother does. I'm going to do it differently. Does this sound familiar to you guys? You know, so in this life-defining, gobsmacking, shocking, and revelatory moment, I asked myself a very obvious question. If I'm not my mother, then who am I? Who am I? Yo, this is the most empowering question that I have ever asked myself or pondered. Because remember, I love to ponder. This one powerful question changed the course of my life forever, and it set me on a journey of self-discovery that I am still feeling and reeling from the effects of today. Based on this one question, who am I now have absolute clarity today about who I am, and I understand my true core essence. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt how to live authentically and how to access my voice and my power and to live from that power and strength rather than robotically being little Peggy self and unconsciously parroting my mother's behavior and her life. I don't hold that I'm alone in this revelation and what I'm calling my epiphagasm. I've seen the coffee mugs, I've seen the plaques and the Hallmark cards that read humorously, "Oh my God, I've become my mother." So it's not only me, you all. And I don't hold that it's only women that this happens to, that we live from these rules and roles and societal and social conditioning without knowing that that's what we're doing. I actually believe that men live this way as well. And so I have the thought that at times we manage to create successful and fulfilling and meaningful lives. And it's also possible that many of us, many folks, are living from the conditioned carbon copy of their parents, the same way that I did. Now remember, Tucky loves a happy ending to all of her stories. So here is our happy ending. I share this so personal revelation with you because it did powerfully change the trajectory of my life. And in a world today that speaks of being woke, I awoke. I awoke by asking myself a few simple questions about who I am and what's meaningful and purposeful about my life. I will share those questions with you now. Isn't that exciting? So when you get a sheet of paper, answer these questions for each of these 7 areas of your life. Here are the 7 areas: personal, mental, social, familial, financial, vocational, and spiritual. Take the time to do this, you all. 7 areas. Ask yourself and answer these 3 questions. What's important to me? What's important to me? Question number 2, what fulfills me? What fulfills me? And number 3, what are my values? What's important to me? What fulfills me? And what are my values? What is it that you require in each of these 7 areas of your life to experience fulfillment, abundance, and peace of mind, to be you? Trust me, you all, give yourself this time to ponder. I think you'll enjoy it. And more importantly, you'll be on your way to discovering who you are and the values that you hold closest to your heart. When you do, you'll find yourself woke. You'll find that your purpose, your power, and your uniqueness is going to be expressed through these values and beliefs that you hold, regardless of your conditioning, your carboning, or the refining of the roles that you play. The Tao Te Ching says, in quotes, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." This is a precious way to get to know yourself. Who am I? So I'll end our time by saying to you this: trust yourself. You are you. You are not your mother. You are not your father. As Dr. Seuss says, today you are you. That's truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. I feel like I need to go a whoop whoop and give out a holler. Given you all are interested or require additional assistance in discovering who you are, I invite you to give me a shout out, you all, at Tuck at the Rebel Belle. And also look for the link in the posting description of this podcast episode today for a freebie of the Who Are You worksheet and meditation in order to get you started. I will end with another quote that says, "Be yourself, you all. Everyone else is taken." I am so thrilled to have had this time with you together to share this precious experience. I'll say gobsmacking and epiphagasmic experience with you of discovering how I finally became my mother. Given anything today has resonated with your heart and your soul, please, I invite you to share us with your friends, and be sure and come back and be with us again next week.